Hey everybody, Nick here, and today it brings me great joy to announce my next charitable giveaway for domestic violence shelters. As many of you all know, domestic violence shelters are a cause that are very near and dear to my heart, right? And it's really more important than ever, especially in times of great uncertainty, that we are supporting these folks because they provide a bunch of valuable services to men, women, and children in the community. I mean, to start with, they can provide direct shelter. If somebody is in a situation where they are not safe living where they are, where they need an escape, and they are in true danger, then a shelter can provide them with shelter. They can find them a home to live where they can be safe, where they can get help. They can also, even, putting that aside, they can provide advocacy, helping people through the legal system, helping people through all of the other various things that are required to disentangle yourself from that kind of an ugly situation. And they can provide help. They can provide support within the community, as well as simple, discussion, as well as somebody to talk to, somebody to sit down with you and explain that, yeah, what you're going through is absolutely not your fault, and it is absolutely never okay. So it is a very, very good thing that these shelters bring to the men, women, and children of our communities. And remember, men too. But nonetheless, I'm very passionate about supporting these shelters, and especially in times like these, it's more important than ever to do so. And so to that end, I'm going to do a charitable giveaway where you make donations, and as a result, you may win some excellent gear. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to start off, the way that you enter this is you make a donation of $25 or more directly to your local domestic violence shelter. Do not send me money. I do not want to make a cent off of this. Just send it directly to the shelter. You can find your local shelter online at domesticshelters.org. And by the way, it's a good idea to know who your local shelter is, because you never know when a friend might come to you and need some sudden help, right? But find your local shelter at domesticshelters.org, or you can donate directly to the hotline.org if your local shelter doesn't exist, or if you'd rather not support that particular organization, whatever. The hotline.org also works. That's the National Domestic Violence Hotline, another really great place for helping to identify shelters, as well as getting some of that support and advocacy out there. And because this is, well, my channel and my rules, I'm not going to accept other kinds of charities for this. Only domestic violence-focused shelters. There are lots of people doing amazing work out there, but right now, I want to give these folks a little bit of extra love from our community. Then, after you've sent the donation, email the receipt that you get to charity@nickshabazz.com. Please send the receipt email sent by the shelter, right? In some cases, it might be a little bit generic and you can, include some information, but just forward that to charity@nickshabazz.com. Then, and this part is important, register your donation in this Google form here below. On that form, you're going to give me your display name, you're going to give me your shipping address, information about the donation, all of that kind of thing, and that will be really important, right? This will give me the information I need to be able to actually conduct the drawing. And if you do all three of those things, you make the donation directly to the shelter. Again, do not send me money. Email your donation receipt to charity@nickshabazz.com and register your donation using that form. You will be put into the list for the giveaway. And everybody will have the same chance to win. If you make a $500 donation or a $25 donation, either way, you'll be on the list. There is, though, one little thing. The Herman Sting is an absolute gem of a pocket knife. I very much like this knife, and in fact, I just recently got another one for my own collection, and that frees up this little guy to go up for charity. The largest single donation, the person who is the most generous and drops the largest donation that they can to their local shelter, is guaranteed to win that shelter. No, you are guaranteed to win this knife, which is worth substantially less to your community than the shelter. Still a nice knife, though. But anyways, this is the largest single donation that anybody makes. So please make your donations in one lump sum rather than trying to do like, 100, and then another 100, and then another 100. And I'm not going to share the largest amount just because, well, game theory makes that work better, right? And then I'm going to pick the winners this Friday, September 10th at 10 a.m. I'm going to use random.org's certified draw service. That way everybody knows there's nothing up my sleeve. And I will assign each item to one of the participants, and we'll take it from there, right? Other kind of rules and regulations. I'm only doing this to U.S. addresses, partly for logistics, partly for cost, and partly just because international shipping is a circle of... Well, you know what it's a circle of, right? And I'm also, I don't care if it's a forwarding address. As long as I'm shipping to a U.S. address, I'm fine with it. All entrants, of course, must be over 18. All gear must be legal to own where you live. There's some legalese and such. But that is an important thing to keep in mind. Kids, if you want to enter, ask your parents, and then you can go there. Donations that are made after 8 a.m. on the 10th don't count. That just gives me some time to actually get everything set up. You'll get whatever prize is drawn for you, so please don't call dibs. Please don't say, I'll take anything but that one. No, you're going to get what you're getting, and if you don't love it, hey, move it along to somebody else, right? It's a joy. And I will confirm the winning donations with the shelters, and I will draw some backup spots in case there are problems, in case somebody doesn't provide a shipping address, or I can't get a hold of them for whatever reason and I need to, like if they didn't provide an address, then I'll use one of those backup spots here. Each person can only win one of the prizes here, and I'm just going to cover the shipping costs out of my pocket, right? I'll do USPS priority, and I'm hoping to ship stuff the next day. And then I'm not going to send tracking for the winners by default, because 40 items worth of tracking sending is a large time commitment. If you specifically need your tracking number, or if you don't get your package, please feel free to ping me. But I'm not going to go there by default, just because that would be a huge time outlay, and that's the thing I have least of these days. And then finally, of course, you are not allowed to complain about the procedure by which I give you all free stuff and raise money for a good cause. The goal here is to support these shelters. A side effect of that is that some people are going to get some great gear. Please, 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 do the right thing for the right reasons, and if you happen to get some great stuff, then wonderful. Speaking of that great stuff, though, there's a lot of great stuff here. I have put together a bunch of different pieces from my collection, from review samples and otherwise, that are absolutely great. And I want to kind of let you know what we got. So some of the heavy hitters here are the CRKT Shock. This is a large, ridiculous knife. I mean, seriously, both large and ridiculous. It is a numbered limited edition that was sent to me as a review sample. So that's got a value of $750 at the moment. I have the Herman Sting, of course, for $600. This is a watch that I actually personally, the Yannick Shabazz, assembled on a live stream here. It works well. It's a fine little watch, but it's also hand assembled by a jackass, which means it's probably of lesser quality than your adjacent watches, but it is a free watch if you do the right thing here. I have a Concept Timascus Shard, an HEA Designs Falcon, and it comes with a little prize pack from EDC Gearhouse, who did some of the customization, and then a Benchmade Crooked River, kind of rounding up some of the most expensive stuff I could fit on the camera, but there's a lot of other cool stuff in here too. Got a Concept Convict Damascus, a regular Convict, Spyderco Pata de Se, the Concept Reverie, a Gremlin, and a Sprite. All kinds of concepts here. What a concept. An Artisan Cutlery Great White, the Gavco design here. We got a Bradford Guardian 3 in M2 steel, a Concept Accipiter, Spyderco Pochi, and K390 Police, which is a great knife. We got the Tuya Knife Street Legal, USG Urban Survival Gear, that is Tie Scribe Bolt V3 in the smaller of the sizes, a Real Steel Mini Morph M390, which is the Indiana Knives exclusive, thanks to them very much. We've got a Hogue Trauma. We've got a Gerber Sedulo pocket knife, Cricket Razel GT, and Pete D2. And by the way, I've tried to make some combinations of things here to make sure that, all the prizes are reasonably of price here. And so 2 Crickets right there, the MKM Amalgam, the Cricket Carded Day, the Civivi Imperium, complete with the gold flex in the scales there, the Spyderco Rock Jumper, Civivi Kai-V, and a Lockby Pocket Journal, an Acta Non-Verba ZO50, a Casio Edifice EVF 100 watch, which looks like this guy, in case you're curious. Well, looks like this guy. It is freaking this guy. It is the Civivi Keen Nata from Scout EDC. We got the Cricket LCK Plus and the Lockby Quattro, the Civivi Nox, Civivi McKenna, the Nightcore Tip SE, as well as the CJRB Mylea, the Cricket, wow, Civivi Shredder, the Cricket Tailbone Inscribed, 2 really weird fixed blades, a Damn Designs Fenrir, and a Bird Meadowlark 2 in titanium. That is a grand total of $6,560. And I would absolutely love to raise more money than we're putting in here, basically, right? And I want to thank very, very sincerely all of the makers, all of the people, private individuals, folks like Ari, Chris, Nathan, all kinds of great folks in here who have donated gear to this end. In part, some of it was donated for review. Some of it was donated explicitly. Like Ari said, Nick, put this in your next charitable giveaway. Thank you all so very, very much for that. You are absolute 100% gems. And you all are gems too, because now it's your turn. Now go out there, make a donation, find your local shelter, give them a little love. Generally speaking, they're great organizations. And hopefully we'll raise some great money, and I'll be back with you on Friday to let you know who won. So thank you all very, very much, and have yourselves an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.